JasonTheWeen is always in disguise. Wait, golf cart? Who is golf cart? Y'all be recommended. Oh shit. Okay. Let's see. Always in disguise. Let's see.
JasonTheWeen isn't one person.
Holy cinematic video. He's good.
Not in the way you think. Everything Jason does plays into a bigger performance, a career built on turning himself into different characters online. Sometimes he's a cringy TikToker, others he's an IRL streamer or a musical artist. It feels like every few months he's onto an entirely new thing. And yet, every time he changes character, the crowd gets bigger. But what if I told you none of it happened by accident? The cringe, the characters, the constant reinvention.
Win Money Sniper! How'd he get this? How'd you get this account?
What if I told you none of it happened by accident? The cringe, the characters.
How'd you get this screenshot, bro? Oh wait, it's just an edit. I'm stupid.
The constant reinventions, all of it was a part of a plan. In truth, it was never about the views or fame. Jason was chasing something else.
I gotta be successful quick so that he can live a happier life, and I've never told him that. Oh.
For JasonTheWeen, the American dream smelled a lot like acetone. It was the life his parents, immigrants from Vietnam, mistakenly built inside a small nail salon in Fort Worth, Texas. Jason.
Hold on! Hey, I'm gonna correct you. Fort Worth, I was born in Fort Worth. Raised in Arlington, bro. You already f***ed up, man. I'm from Arlington.
Spent plenty of afternoons there.
How did he get my parents' exact nail salon?
Doing homework on the counter with the book.
Yeah, nah, bro. You are the feds, man. What is this, bro? How did you get this picture? Yo! Everybody got that pic? No, that is not true.
Of nail drills in the background. He was a quiet kid, the kind that got straight A's, won spelling bees, and never really caused any trouble. From elementary school through high school, he mostly flew under the radar. But he couldn't ignore what he saw at home. His parents were older than everyone else's. They never took a day off, and every dollar they earned came from hunching over a manicure table. Somewhere along the way, he made himself a promise. Retire them. Get mom and dad out of that salon for good. The only problem was he was 15. No license, no job, no way to make real money. Then 2019 rolled around, and a new kind of gold rush showed up on his phone. It started when a company called ByteDance bought this massive but relatively dead app called Musical.ly. They gutted it, rebranded it, and TikTok was released. The app as a whole worked differently than any other social platform. Videos were meant to be short, less than a minute in length, and instead of you, the user, choosing who to follow and what kind of content to see, the algorithm really chooses for you. Within a year of the release, TikTok hit the top of the download charts like a nuke. In the blink of an eye, you had kids like Charli D'Amelio, going from filming TikTok dances in her bedroom with 0 followers, to just a few months later moving to LA.
Who remembers when TikTok was mad cringe, bro? I told myself I would never download it because I thought it was super cringe. Now everybody and their mom got that shit.
Hulu shows, Super Bowl commercials, signing multi-million-dollar deals with Dunkin'
Fabio, David
and Morphe Cosmetics. And Jason thought, well, why not me? But here's the thing, social media algorithms feed on flair. They boost the stuff that grabs your attention, creates urgency, stirs FOMO. And honestly, Jason didn't have that kind of personality. There wasn't much about him that really created conversations. So, well, he became someone else.
Bitch! Backhanded compliment, okay? Yo, 25 Twitch, David a 5.
Now, this kind of seems a lot more like an Internet 101 video than a JasonTheWeen documentary at this point. But pay attention because this all ties in here in a minute. You see, those cringy, over-the-top personalities online aren't anything new. Actually, it goes all the way back to 2009, to iCarly.
Hey, it's Fred, and I'm gonna be on iCarly!
Fred is really one of the OGs of this. It's this annoying, polarizing, eccentric character, which love it or hate it, it stops your scroll. For whatever reason, it makes people comment, share, and talk about it. And we've seen this same strategy a million times since Fred. From Neon to iShowSpeed, it's a tried and true way to rack up some views on social media. And Jason weaponized this, creating some of the most hard-to-watch nails on a chalkboard.
I did not get inspiration from Fred. I got inspiration from this guy named Will Uzi on TikTok. He did cringy ass shit like this. So I low-key stole his flow.
Or type videos.
Mommy, I need milk, Mom.
It didn't really take too long before these TikToks were pulling in millions of views, and Jason was growing an actual audience. And with a few viral videos and a snowballing fan base came the sponsors.
Oh, I'm eating plant-based nuggets. You will?
For about a year or so, Jason kept up with this, creating cringy videos, trolling online, and for a while, it was great. But then 2 problems hit. First, his TikTok accounts kept getting banned. No warnings, no appeals. One day he'd have hundreds of thousands of followers, the next, gone.
Bro,
Deleted like
2 of my TikTok accounts got exterminated. Win Money Sniper and wait, no. It was just Win Money Sniper, but it got unbanned and then rebanned. So I was mad depressed.
they never existed.
TikTok, what's going on?
Second, even with the views, the money just wasn't there. TikTok was still too new. Brands weren't shelling out fat checks for sponsored posts yet. So after graduating high school and
Bro, I would tell my friends that would ask me like, yo, why are you making these cringy ass TikToks? And I'll be like, yo, I'm making bands off this shit. Bro, I'm making $50 a TikTok that hits 10 million views. I'm making no type of money.
in that summer limbo before college started, Jason made a decision. If he wanted real money, like retire your parents' money, he had to pivot to a new platform.
W. Weldon.
Now, growing on Twitch, that's a different beast. It's not like TikTok where one lucky post can shoot you into the algorithmic stratosphere. Twitch is slow, brutal, and unforgiving. And in my opinion, it's probably the hardest platform to build an audience on, which is exactly why Jason had to get strategic. He'd been casually streaming since he was 14.
Hey, where'd you get this Rust clip, bro? Nah, get the Rust clip off the screen. He's not gonna play the audio, right?
Nothing serious, just testing out the waters, but in August of 2022, he made the call, fully committing his sights on streaming. And in his very first month, he averaged 71 viewers per stream.
Yeah.
For Twitch, that's an incredibly promising start. But here's where Jason's strategy kicks in. You see, Jason had an audience on TikTok, 1 million followers to be exact, and he began the slow and steady process of converting those followers from TikTok to Twitch. Over the next month, he would stream Valorant gameplay, but instead of keeping it one-dimensional, he got a bit creative. There was this website called ePal, where you could essentially pay girls to play video games with you. Weird. Yes.
I never got a sponsor for that website. I actually made that website, ePal. Throw me a bag, and I'll maybe revive it again.
But that was a part of the character, the bit that Jason played.
Nah, my pants. My pants.
He brought the same TikTok persona into these streams, awkward and always towing the line between cringe and comedy. He would try to rizz the girls up mid-game, leading to some of the most painfully uncomfortable moments imaginable. But that was the point. Jason wasn't just streaming to entertain live viewers, he was streaming for clips. After each stream, he'd post dozens of these videos to TikTok, and the views continued to snowball. Then the next time he'd start up a stream, he'd also go live on TikTok for the first hour or so. Then end the TikTok live and tell his followers if they wanted to keep watching to come over to Twitch. The brilliance of this two-step
How did he get these? Because the TikTok stories, they disappear. How the did he get these?
TikTok live and tell his followers if they wanted to keep watching to come over to Twitch. The brilliance of this two-step approach paid off, because by October of that same year, he was averaging over 1,000 viewers per stream and had nearly 25,000 followers on Twitch. From there, Jason only hit the gas. He began collaborating with bigger streamers like Prod, Sneeko, and Shanks. He began evolving his content to audiences broader than Valorant.
Bro. Bro. Who knows this photo? E-Rob made me? Yo, ban that guy, bro. I was doing an e-pal, and I was like, because there was an option of you pay $5 and the girl, or the girl sends you feet pictures. Man, dude, she sent me these photos. Bro, I ended up reverse image finding this picture, and it was Pinterest. It was fake. I got scammed.
Streamers like Prod,
Shanks. This is a classic stream right here, man. I don't even remember what we were doing, bro. I think me and Shanks were trying to compete for this girl. I don't remember, bro. I don't remember.
Sneeko, and
This one. Holy shit. Bro, you know who found me mad early and put me in this call? Dreamo. He was snapping way before FaZe reboot. Bro put me in this call with Sneeko and A-Rab. I didn't even end up going on the E-Date. Dude, that's so crazy.
Shanks. He began evolving his content to audiences broader than Valorant. He
What the was this call?
started hosting E-Dates and added in IRL segments. But as 2022 came to an end and 2023 wrapped the corner, an entirely new shift to Jason's online presence came into the picture.
Every time I talk to you, my mind goes blank because you're just nice, bro. I mean, you low-key gotta add this to the autobiography. Yo, Cartier, thank for the 10. So beautiful, and I'll just lie, I can't really think straight, you know what I mean?
Jason first met Eugen during what should have been just another e-dating stream. Something about her was different. The flirting and chemistry came naturally, and before long, their on-screen chemistry carried over into real life. They began dating, and for Jason, this was his first genuine relationship, and soon his audience was just invested in them as they were in him. These days, broadcasting your relationship online is almost like a growth hack, another way to hook viewers. But for Jason, it didn't work that way, because over the next year, his viewership actually became stagnant, hardly growing over the course of a year. So why am I mentioning this? Well, because in those moments with Eugen, at times the mask began to slip. Maybe he was just
Bro saying off. Yo! I mean, it's true. This is a good ass video.
comfortable in the relationship, or was finally starting to feel comfortable in front of a camera. But viewers were beginning to see the more genuine side of Jason, especially during the breakup. Over time, having their relationship play out in front of thousands started to weigh on them. Jason's content still revolved around flirting with e-girls, and for Eugen, that was hard to ignore. Eventually, both decided to step away from the relationship, marking the end of a chapter that quietly reshaped how Jason came across to his audience. It's funny how life works, how sometimes what feels like a new low can be the exact moment you're on the brink of something higher. Over the next few months, Jason took every successful element from his streams and dialed it up to the max. He brought his Discord e-dates into the real world, traveling from state to state to host in-person dates with different girls. Sauce.
Gold car with the 10! What's good, bro? This is a good video so far. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This was my quote-unquote whole phase, man. 3 weeks after my breakup. Not even. Bro, I just started like, I was like, you know what? I just gotta go.
Alyssa all became recurring personalities, and fans were quick to dub this era of content the Bop Arc. During this period...
Yo, I wish I could erase this from my memory, man. Yeah, I was just doing... man. Hinge, bro. This was the Hinge arc, man.
Jason's channel exploded in popularity. Just a month after his breakup, his average viewership nearly doubled, soaring from 2,700 to 5,300 viewers in what felt like a blink of an eye. And the growth didn't stop there. Stream after stream, the numbers kept climbing, while attending college full-time.
Holy top cheese. Man, this was when I was just not taking care of myself, bro. Didn't have a girlfriend. Bro, I was having whiskers. Look at the on my chin, like, bro, I was chopped.
He was streaming an average of 160 hours a month, pushing his momentum farther than ever before. But just beyond that wave of success was something even bigger, an opportunity that would take everything Jason had built and launch it into another universe. He was going to join FaZe Clan.
Shit, do you have to manhandle me, bro? Holy Man, what do I even do?
Spitballs, pranks, disruptive outbursts.
I remember this day, man. It's a great day.
Normally, under these circumstances, you would be expelled immediately. But your father has given a very generous donation to the university.
My father?
Oh, shit.
Now, a little backstory. For those who don't know, FaZe Clan can be credited with pioneering a lot of what you see on social media today.
Bad.
What started as a small group of gamers making YouTube trick shot videos turned into something entirely new. Eventually, the group bought a house in New York and all moved in together, arguably creating the first content house the internet had ever seen. From there, things snowballed. By 2018, FaZe had stepped far beyond gaming. Their roster, icons like FaZe Banks, Temper, Rug, Adapt, Rain, and Apex were everywhere. They landed huge brand deals, made the cover of Sports Illustrated, and even IPO'd at $1 billion valuation. But then the empire cracked. Now, we've got a video up on our channel that breaks down exactly how and why everything fell apart, but here's the short version. The founders had their equity diluted, corporate overvalued the company, put the wrong focus in the wrong places, the content went stale, fans stopped caring, and eventually FaZe went bankrupt.
Damn.
The founders managed to buy the brand back, and in early 2024, they set out to spark a full-scale revival. Step 1, wipe the slate clean. Almost every single talent was dropped and a fresh roster was announced. For OG fans who'd been watching for years, the bar for the new faces of FaZe wasn't just high, it was astronomical. One by one, names
The amount of haters, bro. Holy this happened. The amount of doubters and the haters. Dude, looking back is actually crazy how many people we proved wrong, bro. We built this shit from the ground back up. And it's only gonna keep skyrocketing. How nervous were you seeing all the hate? Bro, when I was seeing that hate, bro, the thing about me is when I see or when I hear people speak down on me and doubt me, it just makes me want to do more and put more energy into my craft and become one of the greatest, bro. Like, it's just, ooh, it fuels me. It fuels me. Everyone who doubts me makes me want to strive for greater heights.
Revealed, some familiar veterans and some complete newcomers. And on that short list, nestled among a handful of new recruits, was JasonTheWeen. Truth be told, no one believed in the new group. For most fans, this felt like just another lazy, corporate-driven sellout. Exactly the kind of hollow move that had sunk FaZe in the first place.
What the is that sorry
This guy!
FaZe clan lineup, man? Who the are these people?
However,
Where did he go?
everyone was completely wrong about the new roster. Within weeks, public opinion began to flip. Clips of new FaZe started flooding TikTok, from trips to Tokyo to month-long subathons, and a steady stream of content both as a group and as individual creators. The momentum was undeniable.
That big lazy, bro! Oh!
Jason, in particular, was breaking into a whole new tier of mainstream success. In the closing hours of the month-long subathon, he hit 100,000 active Twitch subscribers, overtaking streaming heavyweights like Kai Cenat and Jinxie, making him the #2 most subscribed to Twitch streamer in the world.
Number 2! Oh my Iron Mouse. Why did you have to do a subathon that month, bro? Oh, I could have been number 1. This is still crazy, though.
Jason went on to close out the year strong.
I actually never expected to hit 100,000 or even hit number 2. My goal last subathon and even this subathon is literally to last the entire month, bro. I don't like setting sub goals because then if I don't hit them, I feel really shitty, bro. So my goal is to set the bar as low as possible. So when I hit certain heights, I'm super happy.
His average viewership would climb to over 15,000 viewers per stream, a 474% increase from the start of the year. He closed in on 1 million followers on Twitch and even won the 2024 Breakout Streamer of the Year award.
6 months ago, I finally dropped out of school to pursue streaming. And today I can say it was finally worth it. Breakout Streamer of the Year, let's go!
Up to this point, a lot of Jason's success had been built around the persona I've been talking about. The guy who will pull the most over-the-top stunts to rizz up girls, purely to send his chat into chaos. But there's a risk in leaning too heavily on one gimmick to keep people entertained. Take Fred, for example. At first, the high-pitched squeaky voice and hyper-edited ADHD-style videos were hilarious. People couldn't get enough, and it shot him into the spotlight. But over time, the bits started to feel repetitive, predictable, and eventually his audience moved on. At some point, Jason realized this, and decided to make a few changes.
But yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but the girl content has been slowing down.
Wait, why is the girl content slowing down?
Yo, he did his research.
Because, you know, I've realized.
Jason, girl content? Not happening? I'm not subbing anymore.
Wait, so you're quitting girl content?
I'm not quitting, I'm just slowing down. I just feel like, you know, it's time to evolve.
Heading into 2025, Jason started taking off the mask. Instead of chasing whatever performance would go viral or playing solely to what the chat demanded, he began building streams around what he genuinely wanted to do. The exaggerated persona took a backseat, and his natural self started to come through on stream.
Who's your favorite Asian YouTuber? Just say it, bro.
What is this? Niga Giga. What is this clip?
That's his name!
With the mask coming off,
That's
his
a
content
goat,
stopped
by the way.
being confined to 4 walls, and the world itself became the stage. In South Korea, he met New Jeans, one of the biggest K-pop girl groups on the planet.
This was fire.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this is crazy.
From there, he took his journey to England, where things truly snowballed. Within days of landing, Jason was filming with some of the UK's biggest creators, Angry Ginge, Deji, and George Clarkey, before stepping in front of a camera for a Sidemen 20v1 video.
Wingardium Pregnoto!
Oh man, the Londonese arc. If I could go back, bro, I miss it. Toby, he got me box seats to a Manchester United game. That was my first ever football game. Crazy experience, man. Meeting the Sidemen, crazy experience. Netflix, bro, crazy experience.
You feel
20v assignment video, bro. What? I remember when we were doing this 20v2, Ron kept saying, yo, you think we're gonna do good? Like, bro, what if they don't like it? Like, all these other things. Like, Ron was mad nervous, bro. But I was just like, bro, just have fun. Just go and have fun. 2 assignment videos, bro. The assignment, low-key, when I was out there for a month, the assignment kept asking me to do videos. And, of course, I'm gonna do that, bro. Because I'm gonna do the videos because the assignment, I grew up watching them.
For any creator, being featured in a Sidemen video is a huge milestone. But the momentum didn't stop there. Just before the shoot, news had broken that he'd joined the cast of Inside, a Netflix reality series created by the Sidemen themselves. And then came the moment that would put him in front of one of the largest audiences of his career, the Sidemen charity match. All 90,000 seats at Wembley sold out. Over 2.7 million tuned in live. The roster included titans like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, IShowSpeed, and Kai Cenat. And for the first time, Jason wasn't the weird kid trying to make a name for himself on social media. He was one of them. He was now a part of the club he once watched from the outside. He had the numbers, the clout, the collaborations, Wembley Stadium crowds, Netflix credits, his name alongside the biggest creators on the planet. But none of that was the finish line. Because long before the Twitch records, FaZe Clan, and charity matches, this all started in a small Texas suburb, with a quiet kid who promised himself one thing: retire mom and dad.
My dad sacrificed a lot. My mom sacrificed a lot. Cause I think my dad was always telling me that if he stayed in Vietnam, he could have been like super rich because he had like businesses out there. But he moved there because, you know, he wanted to start a family with my mom and with me. So he kind of put everything onto me. And sometimes I would feel like I need to be successful due to, you know, all my parents' sacrifices.
You see, success and sacrifices are like two faces on the same coin, inseparable, each defining the other. One side shapes you into someone capable of winning, while the other validates every hard choice you've made to get there. Think of just about any successful person, not the rare one-hit wonder, but the ones who've truly built something lasting. All of them have paid a steep price, a big chunk of their life traded away in exchange for a shot at the position they're in today. For Jason, sacrifice has worn many faces over the years, and since middle school, it's often come in the form of relationships.
Honestly, in middle school, they used to call me Chino because I was surrounded by a lot of Mexicans.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of Asians in my school, so I'd have to, you know, I guess adapt or learn new cultures. So that was also a struggle. Like sometimes I would be scared to speak Vietnamese on the phone because some kids, I knew they would make fun of me, things like that. But in middle school, I'd be like self-conscious.
Yeah.
Like, and I'd sometimes want to be like, I guess not want to be a different race, but like, dress. I'd dress a certain way. I'd do my hair a certain way. Things like that.
And you mentioned that your dad had like left behind a lot of stuff to come here. Were you born there or born here?
Born here.
This shit getting sad, bro.
That like there was some amount of like pressure that you were feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the sense of you of like the clock is kind of ticking. I'm also getting the sense that your parents like sacrificed and you're like an only child. So it's kind of like, you know, you get one shot, right? And so kind of like it has to count. Like everything's on your shoulders.
Yeah.
So when you tell your parents, like, let's say like, I'm going to pretend to be you for a second. Okay. Let's do a little bit of role play. You okay with that? Hey, mom, dad, like, I'm concerned that y'all are getting a little bit older and I'd love to spend more time with y'all before, you know, it kind of gets too late. Like, I know that y'all made a lot of sacrifices for me and I'm grateful for that. I feel like grateful and indebted to you, and you guys have done so much for me, and like I want to give that back, and I'm afraid that I'm running out of time to be able to give that back. So I feel like this immense pressure to be like really successful like today, because I don't have a whole lot of time to tell you how grateful I am.
Yeah, I'm pretending to be my dad?
Yeah, what's it like to hear that, first of all?
I feel really emotional, feel like, damn, I should tell him that. I want him to know that this is why I'm doing this.
Since blowing up over the past couple of years, he kept that promise in motion. He's bought his parents new cars, surprised them with $10,000, and is now on the path to fully retiring them. For Jason, making content is about giving back to the people who've been in his corner since the start, not personal success or to stroke his own ego. Last year, he became Twitch's #1 most subscribed Asian creator, but instead of keeping the spotlight all to himself, he used his platform to highlight other Asian creators and musicians.
Ever since JasonTheWeen has taken his next level, he's putting a lot of Asian people on for real.
In doing so, he's become more than just a streamer. He's become someone Asian kids growing up in America can look up to. Someone who proved you can be yourself and still win. And he's done it without bending to the old pressure to fit in. The very things he once tried to hide are now the things he stands out for. Jason's only 21, but his story's already proof enough. In the end, every sacrifice, every late night, every hard choice was worth it.
bro. What a good ass video. Oh my god. Now he hit everything on the dot. Bro, that was such a beautiful video. That was a good video. Like, he got everything on the dot, basically. But it's true, bro. Like, all this stemmed from the fact that my parents are on the older side of things. So, you know, in the back of my mind, like, bro, even before I started streaming, I was Googling, yo, how do I make money fast? And that's when I got into NFTs and crypto and all this other selling shoes, buying shoes. I was a scalper. Like, that was, you know, my real goal was just to make money and provide. But now I'm in a blessed position, man, because of y'all. So I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna comment. All of Twitch is, bro. I just put the video in the chat. Go show him some love, bro. This is fire. Great video. Great video.